What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000, aka the next Hokage. Welcome back to Naruto Online. You saw the thumbnail. You know it's about to go down. But before we even get into the topic of this video, let me give Oasis a little bit of credit where credit is due. Now, I know you're probably looking at me, listening to this video like, oh my God, what is FG about to say? Let me give credit to Oasis where credit is due. The events overall have started to get better. Right now, if you want to argue, has pricing gotten better? All right, I'm with you. I totally agree with you guys. And that's a different topic for a different video on a different day. But the events themselves have gotten better. And what I mean by that is that we're finally starting to get more and more synergy with our events. Where more and more often, there are events where we can double dip and triple dip in things. So you spend money in event A and you can also get something in event B and in event C. So like this week, for example, if you buy something and you recharge, so you get what you bought, you get a recharge bonus, and you get to pop balloons, right? That's great. I love that synergy. The same thing with the new seal, the Edo Tensei treasures, right? We're finally getting synergy there where before when we got Kage treasures, there was no rebate. There was no rebate for Kage treasures, right? But now they're giving us rebates at the same time they release a new treasure. So that's synergy. Like that's what we want. That's what we like. If you spend money in this game, or if you spend coupons, you spend ingots, whatever you spend in this game, you should feel like you are getting value for your money and your time. So having synergy in events, allowing people to double dip, triple dip in events, that's great. That allows people to spend in weeks outside of Lucky Board. Because in the past, the only thing that felt like you got a really good deal was Lucky Board because you got to triple dip, right? You got the points on the board, you got the board itself, and you got the ninja pack at the end, right? It shouldn't be only 1 week where you get something like that. So I like the fact that Oasis is finally starting to add more synergy to events. We're seeing it more consistently. You can actually do things outside of Lucky Board and not feel like you just threw money down a pit. All right, so that is the credit where credit is due. Some of that credit immediately goes away for Great Ninja War Shino, but whatever, we're not talking about that. The point of this video is the Edo Tensei treasures, reanimation Jitsu treasures. Now, let me kind of explain what this video comes from so you can kind of follow me along on this journey. So the overall theme to this video is hypocrisy. Can you say hypocrisy? Hypocrisy, all right? So let me explain what's going on here just in case you don't really understand what this treasure is. So this is a merged treasure. This treasure basically has two treasures merged into one. Now later on in China, later on for Taiwan, if it hasn't happened already, same thing with Germany, every single region will eventually have this treasure split into two, right? Just like China has now, this treasure will eventually split into two. So what does that mean? That means the amount of time, I don't know when that treasure is I don't know when it's gonna split in two in America. Let me be very clear on that. But when it finally does split here in America, all of the pools that you have done so far, all of the progress that you have made towards rares in this treasure will be reset once they split the treasures. Okay, so do you kind of follow what I'm saying here? And let me kind of back it up to another treasure so you can have an idea. So Kage treasures, right? We've been pulling in Kage treasures for a long time. Lots of us are getting closer and closer to rares and super rares. If they split the Kage treasure today, that would screw over so many people because a lot of us are getting closer and closer to another rare. That would screw us over if they split these treasures, right? So back to Edo Tensei treasures. This is going to happen. They are going to split this treasure in the future. All right, so where does the hypocrisy come from? So knowing that this treasure will be split in the future, knowing that this will impact quite a few players in the future where they will have their counts reset. They will have their pool counters reset, which will screw over a lot of players. The only players that really won't screw over is people that get the rare that they want really early on, or people that have enough money and enough scrolls to get all of the rares that they want. So if you're one of those people that get a rare early that you really want, or if you have enough seal scrolls to get all of the rares, this doesn't affect you. But for everybody else that's going to be pulling this treasure for a while, once they split it, it's going to screw over your pool counts. So where does the hypocrisy come from? Now, there were a lot of people on the forums sending a message to Oasis saying, hey, you know what? This is a good opportunity for you guys to do right by the players. This is a good opportunity for Oasis to look good in front of players and say, you know what? We're not even going to do the merged treasure. We're not even going to do it. Let's give the US players the split treasures because we know it's going to happen. We know players appreciate it more because it's more free pulls for everybody. You don't get your pull counts reset. There's literally no downside, right? Let's do right by our US players and give them the split treasure instead of the merged treasure. Now, this is where the hypocrisy comes from, and this is what it grinds my gears, man. It really does. Call me Peter Griffin, but it grinds my gears. So I'm going to put up a little screenshot so you can kind of see where this hypocrisy comes from. So the entire time, since day one, we've been playing this game in the United States. They have always said, do not look at the other versions, guys. Don't look at them. We're US. We're different. Our version is different. Don't look at Taiwan. Don't look at Germany. Our version is different. Anything that happens in those versions has nothing to do with our versions. Our version is unique. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. You want to split the treasures? But guys, all the other versions didn't split the treasures. We can't have that. Our version has to follow their versions. Wait, what? So which one is it? This is where the hypocrisy comes in. Do we follow all of the versions or do we not follow the versions? Can we look at Germany and Taiwan as a template to what we're going to have in the future? Or can we not? Like, which one is it? You can't say, don't look at the other versions. We have our own unique path. And then on the flip side say, well, the other versions did it this way, so we have to do it this way. Those two things aren't compatible. They don't compute. That doesn't make any sense. It has to be one way or the other. Either our version is unique and we can make changes unique to our version to better suit our players, or we have to follow the template that is laid out. We have to follow the road that we know exists. So if that's the case, now, like I said, Oasis, you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to have one consistent excuse. You can't keep going back and forth. Either we follow or we don't follow. And the reason why I want to make that point, because that'll make everything so much better and more clear for everyone. If we know, yes, we're going to follow every single thing that Germany and Taiwan does, that's what we're going to follow. Okay, well, great. Now we know what to expect. So now you guys have to stop banning people from posting things from other versions because it doesn't make any sense, because we know we're going to get it because you have proven that our version follows that version. Or if that's not the case and you guys don't have to follow those other versions, then allow us to have some wiggle room when it comes to events like this, right? Allow us to deviate from other versions and don't give us that excuse that we can't do it because Germany didn't do it, or we can't do it because Taiwan's doing it. Like, it doesn't make any consistent sense, right? So Oasis, if you want to look good in front of your players, if you want to gain some trust back, the hypocrisy has to end, because we can see it from a mile away. Like, a lot of us have been playing the game from day one, so you can't say something one day and then flip it around another day. So that is kind of what I'm this is kind of what I want to know from Oasis, and hopefully this kind of communication changes in the future. I know this is kind of just comes from one person. Maybe this isn't consistent with the overall company's views. If that's the case, then you got to get your communication in line, because anything that comes from somebody that's officially from Oasis, that's gold, right? We take that as gospel. Like, if you say something on the forums and you are working for Oasis, we take that. So to kind of summarize everything that I just said here, we have to stop with the hypocrisy. We need to know, does our version follow everyone else's version or does it not? Or what I think it is, and this is just me being a scumbag, I think there is no rule. There is no rule that you have to follow the version. There is no rule that you don't have to follow. You just kind of do it based on whatever day it is and how you feel. Based off of, you know what? If Taiwan tomorrow gave everybody Tobirama for free, I think Oasis would be like, sorry, we can't follow Taiwan, we're different. But if Germany gave away a login bonus of vanilla Eno, right? They'd be like, hey, we got to follow that version because we got to. That's the way it is. Everyone else is doing vanilla Eno as a sign-in bonus, so we have to too, right? Anyway, guys, whatever. I'm kind of over it. This Not one of the biggest things that we've had to tackle, but you know, it's consistent with building trust. So hypocrisy does not build trust, guys. So that's it. That's all I have to say for this video. Once again, my name is FG3000. Stay woke. I'm out.